unfortunately things didn't go well for us. And it's because over a period, in the last 2 decades, we did not really have a structure in place. I'm saying that because now the only way to have your senior national team thrive is when your junior teams or your structures at the juvenile level or at the base is strong.
That voice you heard there was Henry Asante-Twum, Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, talking about what we need for the Ghana Black Stars to do well. He says building the youth teams to feed the Black Stars. Well, sometimes I tend to forget that these people know what to do exactly. So why don't they do it? That's another discussion for another day. But today we're going to talk about the coaching situation at the Ghana Black Stars. An update is forthcoming. I'm going to give it to you today as Henry Asante-Twum granted an interview, a lengthy one at that, to Star FM in Accra here. He talked about a plethora of things, including the Black Stars appearance fees they got for the African Cup of Nations, how much reward is at stake versus Nigeria in the World Cup qualifier, and so many other things concerning foreign-based players who have rejected call-up, and using Alhaji Grusa to talk to more players like Mohamed Salisu, along with a host of other issues, including player selection, why Mubarak Wakaso was at AFCON 2021 when he was clearly injured, and all that today. But the news is that Nigeria have settled on Eguaveon to be their head coach ahead of that game versus Ghana. We'll be talking about all that today. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. We'll start off from the front of the Nigerian Super Eagles, who have settled on their technical team for the game versus the Ghana Black Stars. First leg is on the 24th of March. Before I get into that, the Black Princesses, who took part in the Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier just on Saturday, their game versus Ethiopia, which will be the final round of qualifiers, will take place on March 12th in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and then on March 26th as well. So the Ghana Black Princesses are looking to qualify for the Under-20 World Cup later this year. On to Nigeria, and Augustine Eguaveon has been named as the interim coach still. He is also interim and technical director. They have named him as their head coach for the game versus Ghana, and told Jose Paciero, who was due to take over after the African Cup of Nations, he's free to take another job or wait. A former Nigerian Super Eagles star Emmanuel Amunike has also been brought in as an assistant to Eguaveon in a reshuffle of the technical team for the three-time African champions. Statement read, the NFF board has approved a recommendation of the Technical and Development Committee retaining Augustine Eguaveon as technical director / technical advisor in the interim, while Emmanuel Amunike becomes the chief coach of the Super Eagles as well as an assistant. Salisu Yusuf will be the second assistant coach / chief coach of the Chan team, which is a local team, and Joseph Yobo with the third assistant, while Olesus Agu remains the goalkeeper's trainer. NFF General Secretary Mohamed Sanisu said in a statement. President of the NFF says Paciero can take another job if he finds one in the waiting period. I'm still talking to him, Jose Paciero, he said. Maybe he has to wait until after the World Cup qualifies, Pinnock told Nigeria Channels Television. If in the course of his waiting he gets another job, we wish him well. The good news is that we did not sign contracts officially. We did not want to rush and make a hasty decision considering the circumstances. He added, we have to do what is best for the nation, and we work in harmony with the sports ministry, which represents the government. So Nigeria have settled on Augustine Eguaveon for that game versus the Ghana Black Stars. Quite an interesting turn of events in there for the Nigerian Super Eagles. I'll move on to Henry Asante-Twum, the Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, who in this lengthy interview, which I'll try to break down for you, talks about the processes going on to get a new Black Stars coach. He talked about the president of the Ghana Football Association having to return to the country before a new coach is appointed, he says the management committee, along with the ministry, will meet to decide on how talks went with Ottawa in Germany. He also spoke about Mubarak Wakaso and his injury woes, a reaction to Chris Hughton being mentioned as the head coach of the Ghana Black Stars. A whole lot of things he talked about today. We'll have a listen to what he had to say and the rewards for qualifying for that Nigeria Super Eagles game. But first, let's listen to what he said concerning the processes involved in hiring the next Black Stars coach.
The plan now, the president is expected back home today. Once he arrives, he will submit his report to the executive council together with Tony Wafo. I'm not too sure if Dortmund has granted approval, if Otto has also agreed to come. That would depend on the reports that the president submits to the executive council, after which we would engage the sector ministry. And the sector ministry, because they take the ultimate responsibility in terms of the expenses and going forward funding for the team.
So you heard Henry Asante talking about the process involved in hiring a new Black Stars coach. The president of the FA has to be in town. He arrived, expected to arrive yesterday, and he is in. This interview was granted yesterday. He is in the country. They will have a meeting, discuss it over, and then proceed to the ministry. It will be a process that will have to be completed before an official announcement will come through. Now, we all know Chris Hughton is a top runner and the talk of the town as to the coaching job for the Ghana Black Stars. Well, Chris Hughton has been mentioned, and this was his reaction to Chris Hughton being the front runner.
There's word about Chris Hughton, and we have seen reports, media reports about Chris Hughton, Otuado, Ibrahim Tanko as being the team that would run the Black Stars going forward. Is that true?
I am unaware. The FA hasn't taken any such decision.
Obviously not wanting to give out any information about it, the earlier the better, I feel. I think that he's keeping those cards close to his chest. He is, however, optimistic that in the interim, we keep with Otuado. Well, Chris Hughton is someone, he says right now, he has not heard anything on that front, and rightly so. The FA have not discussed it. Hughton, however, has spoken to the FA president and the Minister of Sport, as well as the president of the land. So he has to now coordinate with the other stakeholders involved before an official announcement is given to the media. And now, rewards for qualifying to the World Cup, and it has been revealed. A hefty war chest of money is set to go to the country that emerged triumphant from this game between Ghana and Nigeria. Listen for yourself at the prize available for the country that successfully qualifies for the World Cup in Qatar next year.
Black Stars, immediate term is that the World Cup is worth $12 million for all the countries that will qualify. So as we speak, I am sure that England, Spain, Belgium, and co are dreaming about getting $12 million already, because you are giving $2 million for preparations, and then the group stage, appearing at the group stage alone is worth $10 million. So even if, touch wood, even if you exit at the group stage, your $12 million guaranteed. Yes, and so we cannot gamble, knowing very well that we are in an industry that is not financially sound. You have no idea what $12 million would mean to this industry, both at the government side and then at the FA side. We made 5.6 million from the 2006 World Cup, we made 10.3 million from the 2010 World Cup, and we made 8.5 million from the 2014 World Cup.
Since you're talking money, how much did we spend at the last AFCON? From preparation to the tournament?
I don't know, because the ministry is responsible.
Okay.
We send budgets to the ministry, they approve, they don't come back to us to tell us.
So your budget sent to FA how much? That you sent to the ministry, how much?
To the ministry, I think it was, I'm not too sure, it was around 4 million or so.
4 million cedis?
No, dollars.
$4 million. Yeah. Since we went only to the group stage, it means we didn't spend more than half of it, did we?
I can't tell, because the ministry always has a spending officer attached to the team. Now, what it is that the FA doesn't touch money. When you send the budget to the ministry and is approved at cabinet level, and it comes back, it goes back to the ministry. Now, when you are traveling, the ministry sends an accountant called the purse holder. Even when you want ice water, you need to provide an invoice to get that money.
Okay.
So you heard it yourself. $12 million is available to the country that qualifies to the World Cup. There is $2 million for winning the playoffs. There is $10 million for the group stages, and I'm sure probably progression on from there is going to be eminent. This is money that can improve a lot, as Henry said, but will they use it to that effect is another matter altogether. Another issue he addressed also was the inclusion of Mubarak Wakaso in the squad for the African Cup of Nations. Why send a player to the African Cup of Nations when he is not 100% fit? Well, he had a few things to say about that, and the Wakaso's inclusion in the technical team. Who was responsible for that?
Can you help us understand why Mubarak Wakaso, who was injured before the tournament, was part of the team that made it to the Africa?
Okay, so the lead medical officer of the team, Dr. Adam Baba, assured the technical team that he would recover before the competition.
What kind of injury did he have?
I think it was ACL. Yes,
ACL?
But it is something he's been treating over a long period.
Crucial ligament. He had not played football since August.
No, it's not true. He played the game against South Africa in Cape Coast. You know,
but for club, was he playing?
No, he was not playing for club. Yeah. But he played that game. We played against South Africa in Cape Coast, the 1-0, and that was in November.
But how can a player who had not been playing since August merited a call-up?
The Chinese league was on hold for a while.
Okay.
Now, when they resumed, it was just around the time we played South Africa, so he decided to stay behind and play that South Africa game. And after that, he went back to China.
Yeah.
But because of the injury, I think they were not using him. But the report the medical team provided to the technical team was what they used in inviting him into the team.
So there you had it. Mubarak Wakaso was not 100% fit for a while, and he was still included in the team. Why did we do that? Why did we shoot ourselves in the foot with that? We were always a man or two light in that squad. We needed the grit of Wakaso. If he was not going to be available, there were more competent players. Alfred Duncan is a player that could have played for the Black Stars. He has issues with him being called up and not honoring the call-ups and all that. But I'm sure there is some misunderstanding between the FA and Duncan, which has or should have been addressed. There were other players that could have been called. Once we realized he cannot play the first game, yes, if he cannot play the first game or first two games, I don't think a player like that should be allowed in the squad. He later went on to say that Wakaso would have been available for the round of 16 phase. What is the guarantee that you are going to make that phase? If the first three games the player cannot make it, why do you entertain him in the squad? This is just not right. He went on to talk about the monies that were paid the Black Stars players. As you know, Ghana did not win any single game, so they were paid appearance fees. Of how much? Let's listen to Henry Asante.
How much did we pay the players for the appearance?
12,000.
Per player?
Sorry, 20,000.
20,000?
Yes.
For the entire appearance?
Yeah.
Or per game?
No.
What was the agreement per match? If we had won each match,
we did not depart from the $5,000 we pay for winning bonus, and that was the structure.
5,000.
Yes, that has been the winning bonus for the World Cup qualifiers and the AFCON qualifiers.
Okay, throughout. So 5,000, but they took 12,000 for this one.
No, they didn't earn a single bonus because they did not win one match.
Okay, so they didn't get anything.
Nothing.
They played 3 matches, got nothing, went away.
They only took their appearance fee and that's it.
Of how much?
I mentioned 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah.
Dollars for the 3 games.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was agreed before the event?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Was that on negotiation or that was a decision?
It was on negotiation.
You were told at the point to call up?
Yes. As soon as you make the squad, you are told. Yeah, you are told. I know some of the countries paid more, but I mean, there is no point going into that. I know. I remember chatting with the aide of Aubameyang, who confirmed that Gabon, for instance, took $60,000 as appearance fee. Cameroon took, I think, 45,000 or 50,000 or so. But I mean, it's not a subject.
Down to 12,000. 20,000.
Yeah,
I see.
That they got $20,000 for their appearance fees, despite not winning a single game. Or probably it was for per diems and other stuff. He did not differentiate between that. But I would be thinking that spending will be included in that $20,000. Andre Ayew's feeling after the African Cup of Nations, after getting so much backlash, he talked about the fact that the players in the end are human and that they felt the pain that they hear through the comments that are made on social media and across our network. And I have to say to this, you have to understand that fans will be fans. They are emotionally attached to the team. There's no financial benefits to any fan of the Ghana Black Stars, at least to most of them. There is no single financial benefit. It's just emotional torture if the team does not do well or if the team performs abysmally. At least for a player, yes, I know it's deserving, but at least for a player, if the team doesn't do well, you get some financial benefit, and that can allay or assuage for some of the pain that the players might also have, either from playing or from not doing well. So you have to understand the fans when they are bashing teams or players. Yes, it shouldn't go overboard. I don't want to encourage it, but I get where the fans are coming from sometimes. It doesn't benefit them in monetary terms, but emotionally, it can damage them. Probably they shouldn't add so much emotions when watching games, but what will be the fun in that anyway? Finally, he talked about the World Cup venue and their issues with the NSA. I'll leave you with that audio, as well as talking about players joining the Ghana Black Stars. He talked about Salisu going to Alhaji Grusa. Do they regret doing that? And a whole lot of other things. I'll leave you with those two audios, and you let me know what you think in the comments box. The Nigeria Super Eagles have settled on Augustin Eguaveon. Pesero can look for a new job, or he can wait until after the World Cup qualifies. Harry Asante answering a lot of questions that needed answering as we prepare to name our next Black Stars coach. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Enjoy the week.
The regulations is obvious. You can't change your venue within 90 days, in less than 90 days to a game. Cape Coast and Accra were given to CAF for our qualifiers, both AFCON and the World Cup. We played all our games in Cape Coast with the exception of the AFCON qualifier against Sao Tome. It means Cape Coast is at least approved by CAF. Now, the regulation is that if you want to change your venue, you need to communicate that to CAF in not less than 90 days to your game, which is 3 months. Now, a case in point is Nigeria. They decided to move from Lagos to Abuja. So in October last year, they communicated to CAF that they would like to move their venue from Lagos to Abuja, the playoffs. I'm sure they didn't even know they will be paired with Ghana. So CAF sent a delegation or an inspection team to the Abuja Stadium to go and do all the checks and send them feedback.
Okay.
Interestingly, it was a Ghanaian who went to Nigeria to do the inspection, Emmanuel Dasuberi of Asante Kotoko. If at the time the NSA had communicated to us that the government had taken a decision to do the sit match in Cape Coast, and for that matter the pitch will not be available, we would have looked at the other options, maybe Kumasi, maybe Accra, if indeed they can put it in good shape, and communicated to CAF accordingly. They would have sent people to come and inspect and recommend what we do before the game. There was no stakeholder engagement, there was no information flow. We woke up one morning and there was a letter in circulation. I think it's unfortunate, but I mean, in terms of bad blood, I don't think there is any bad blood between the FA and the NSA. We are partners in development. They are a recognized stakeholder. We've always accorded them the respect that is there to be given to them, and we would always do that just for the forward march of our football. The things I read is that Salisu doesn't want to play. His uncle has granted an interview, but officially I haven't heard from the players. We sent CK Akono to Spain to engage Salisu. At the time he was at in the La Liga before he moved to Southampton. He arranged 2 meetings with the player. He never showed up. Same as has happened in recent times. The FA has made overtures, attempts to get the player using different people, using opinion leaders to try and get to the
Did the FA send Grusa to go and see Salisu?
We spoke to Grusa to speak to the players' parents because they come from the same.
But has it proven to be a bad choice?
No.
You know what he's saying in the open?
No, I don't think so. At the time we took the decision, we felt Grusa, had the clouds, and he commanded respect to engage the parents. Not him alone. We've had other people.
But looking at his public utterances now post that meeting, do you think it was a good choice?
Maybe he was livid, and that forced him to make that public statement. But at the time we took the decision, we felt it was the right decision.
Any chance Salisu will actually play for the Black Stars?
Yes. We are still talking to him. He's a Ghanaian. When he comes home, he enjoys his stay. He's a Medina boy. He's always playing at the Medina Astutef. He maybe he has certain things on his mind that he feels needed to be ironed out.
Was there any truth that when he was younger,
he
was asked to pay to play for the under 12 or under 15 national team?
I am unaware.
Has he raised?
He hasn't spoken to any FA official about that. But maybe it's something that cropped up. It's something that must have happened that we do not know about. And so the only thing you can do is to engage him and continue engaging him. He's a top quality material.
Inaki Williams being engaged?
Inaki, no chance.
No chance?
No.
He says he won't play for him?
No chance. He says he feels more Spanish
than English, than Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Callum Hudson-Odoi?
It is possible, but at this moment there is nothing on the table.
Are they over chess?
Callum's father played for Hearts of Oak, so why not?
Are they over chess?
I'm saying every player who is qualified and has the right quality to play for Ghana, we will pursue. It's the reason why Jiku is playing for us today.
Yeah.
Because when we saw Jiku in the French league, we thought he had the quality to play for the Black Stars. We pursued him, we sent CK to France to engage him, and straight away he agreed to play for us. Today he's one of our best players. We did same for Tariq Fosu, who plays for Brentford. His mom is an Ashanti woman and his dad comes from Jamaica. But he also qualified to play for England because he was born in London. But eventually we were able to convince him he came to play for us. So Tariq Lamptey, it is possible. But at the moment,
just to him?
We've tried in the past. We will continue to push.
Okay.
Until he willingly accepts to play for us.